Ever wondered what's going on in the brain of a narcissist? Well, I have some bad news. It's basically an empty space filled with echoes of their own voice. So let's take a look, shall we? Welcome to the very sophisticated and highly technical analysis of what happens when a narcissist tries to think. Spoiler alert, it's kind of like this guy. Say hi to Howard, everybody. Now, before I get into it, let's clear something up. This isn't just some kind of random theory. We have science to back it up. Kind of. Basically, when a narcissist thinks, it's all about themselves, as we all know. That's right, it's pretty much like their brain is hosting a eternal reality show and called like The Amazing Me or something like that. I don't know. If you have a better title for a narc's reality show, throw it in the comments for me. It'll be pretty funny. Let's break it down. There's like this flowchart, so to speak, inside of a narc's brain. So first we have what we'll just call like the ego activation zone. And this is where the brain generates all the little thoughts like, how am I looking today? Do I look good today? Am I the most interesting person in the room? And let's face it, this little zone right here is always on, never turns off, even when they're sleeping. Imagine one of those super shitty, like 24/7 infomercials of like how amazing they are. That's pretty much what's in their mind. But just like those infomercials, but wait, there's more. After ego activation, we hit validation search mode. And here's what they're looking for. Really anything. Any tiny bit of confirmation that everyone around them is aware of how great they are and how perfect they are. This is also when they start talking about how amazing their day was, even if nothing noteworthy happened, because, it's always important when it comes to someone narcissistic. Also, when it comes to what's really going on in the brain of a narc, empathy? Empathy, anyone? Yeah, don't count on that. Their brain's empathy center is like a dusty, forgotten shelf in a closet somewhere. You'll be lucky if the damn room even has a light bulb in it. The real truth is, their brain can't really fathom how somebody else might feel because, who cares when you're just so amazing and incredible? When somebody else is talking about their own life struggles or something they're dealing with, the narc's brain just kind of tunes out. And you can fill that really with whatever noise you want. Do they hear backwards talk, or maybe they hear white noise, dolphin squeaks? Who really knows? All their thoughts are consumed with is, how do I look? Am I perfect? Am I the center of attention? Is everyone noticing me? And the like. Now, don't be fooled. Narcissists aren't actually incapable of thinking about others. It's just that they're choosing not to. Their brain is kind of like on permanent, like a do not disturb setting when it comes to anybody else's feelings. They're so busy curating their life and their perfect world that they pretty much forget and don't care that there's a world outside of them. How adorable. So we can even talk about some scenarios with things like this to kind of illustrate the point. You might say something like, I am so excited I just finished writing my book. And the response you might get from a narcissist is, oh, that is so cute. I've written 5 books. I've actually been featured in magazines. And come on, my Instagram and other forms of social media, pretty much just a literary masterpiece. And then we'll cut back to you or the other person here. And, you'll say something like, but I worked really hard on this. You're looking for some kind of validation or something other than, hey, you suck. And the narcissist will retort with, oh, sure. Can't wait to read it after I finish my own book. But hey, good job. Gold star. See what I mean? The narc's brain will rewrite the entire experience, and they're very good at this, by the way, and they will make it all about them. So what's really happening inside a narcissist's brain? In short, it's basically a mix of nonstop validation, obsessive self-adoration, and zero empathy. Remember Howard from a few minutes ago? Yep, just that little man on a wheel chasing the ever elusive prize of, look how amazing I am. It's like they have created that little world where they're the hero or the victim. Rest assured, they are never the bad guy. And also, whether they are the hero or the victim, whatever title you put on it, because it can only be one of those, everybody else is just a supporting character, the sidekick, the extra, so to speak, in their little personal drama series. And I hate to say it, but that's pretty much it. There are a few other things, sure, but for the most part, a narcissist's brain is very uncomplicated, however, very imbalanced and thoroughly self-obsessed. There is a lot of self-loathing within them as well, but just not things that really make up for much, not really worth digging into a whole lot and talking about. But the next time you maybe find yourself wondering what's going on inside that brain of theirs, remember that it's just a 24/7 broadcast of the greatest show on earth. And it's them. It's them and what they're doing and what they have going on. And unfortunately, these are very boring people, very shallow people, very basic people. There is just really not a whole lot to them. I hate to say this, but their disorder or disorders, depending on what they're dealing with, is honestly probably one of the most, if not alone, the most interesting thing about them. And it's a very, very difficult disorder for other people to have to put up with. So now that you know what's going on inside the brain of a narcissist, and again, not complicated, a lot of mirrors and like a hell of a bunch of ego, stay tuned for more deep dives into narcissistic behavior. I have a lot more things I want to talk about and a lot more deep diving to do. If you found the video helpful, I invite you to like it, subscribe if you haven't. If you think somebody else might find this interesting or whatever, I invite you to share it with them. What else do you think is going on inside the brain of a narcissist? You can share those things down in the comments with me, and we can all talk about collectively together how there's just really not a whole hell of a lot going on in there. I also want to take a minute to thank my channel members so much for continuing to support me. Love you all for it. Thank you so much. And until next time, as always, have a great day, survivor, and take care of yourself.